and I'm still mad to this day at the NBA for making the damn trade for Kwame Brown and Pau Gasol. Come on, guys. Reason with me on this. How in the hell you make a trade?
And Tracy McGrady could get mad about my trade. I don't know why. You had Yao Ming, you had everything you needed. You had the keys to the gym. You just had a sore back and a weak heart, nigga. Yeah, Tracy, you heard what Tracy said about you? Tracy won just as much as I did. Motherfucker ain't got a championship, he ain't got nothing. Shut up, Tracy.
Kwame Brown just called out Tracy McGrady and Gilbert Arenas. And this time, it's not about old highlights or stats. It's about respect. Welcome back to Dream Basketball, where the game meets the culture. It all started when Tracy McGrady said he could have won championships with Shaq, basically saying if he was in Kobe Bryant's spot, the Lakers still would have had the same success.
What defines greatness? Is it the championship?
That's one of the elements.
I mean,
in some cases, yeah.
I don't see anything he said wrong. I didn't see your response, but for me, we have too many talented players that come through this league that are championship worthy. What I mean by that, if you take them off a team that is a championship quality team, replace me with Kobe with Shaq. I don't win a championship. You don't think I could carry the Lakers to a championship? Like, I've never had the opportunity.
Correct.
I felt like if I was put in that position to win a championship, I damn sure would show up and do what I do in the playoffs to elevate my team to that level. I just never had the chance. So do I get diminished because I never won a championship?
Right.
That comment lit up the internet. But for Kwame Brown, it crossed the line. To Kwame, that was straight disrespect to Kobe's legacy, and he didn't hold back. He said no one should ever compare themselves to Kobe Bryant, especially not players who didn't have that same obsession, that same work ethic, or that same killer mentality. But what made Kwame even madder was seeing Gilbert sit right there on his own show and not say a word.
That's what we're talking about. So I'm looking at Shaq, and you got to think, San Antonio and the Lakers won all the fucking championships at that time. Like, nobody else was winning. So when I said it, and here's what I do want to say. Ain't nobody replacing Kobe, right? Nobody's replacing Kobe. And people forget that I'm one of the biggest advocates out here defending when Kobe is disrespected. And if anybody took disrespect to what I said, it's on you, right? Because I didn't mean, it wasn't no disrespect to my brother Bean. Top 5, wherever y'all have him, for me, he's one of the greatest, and I'll put him in that top 5 all time. But it just goes back, when I look at who I was as a player at this time, and I'm looking at Shaq, the most dominant basketball player, and I'm seeing myself playing with a cat like Shaq, based off of the conversation around ring culture. Hell yeah, I would have won a ring with big fella, right? And the reason I say that is because when you go back to early 2000 and you look on that all NBA list, who's right there with Kobe?
Kwame said, "You let that man sit there and say he could have replaced Kobe, and you laughed like that was cool?" Kwame's frustration goes deeper than that, though, because this isn't the first time Tracy McGrady's name has come up in connection with him. Back in the day, T-Mac made comments about the Pau Gasol-Kwame Brown trade, saying he couldn't believe the Lakers pulled that deal off. That trade, the one that sent Kwame to Memphis, brought Pau Gasol to LA and helped Kobe win back-to-back championships. Kwame's point is simple. People keep using his name as a punchline, but that same trade helped Kobe build his legacy. So when he sees T-Mac comparing himself to Kobe, he's not just offended, he's tired of the double standard. And honestly, he's got a point. You can't rewrite history and act like Kobe's success was automatic. It took a level of drive and focus that almost nobody has. Kwame said it plain. Don't ever let nobody use my name to downplay Kobe Bryant again.
I don't care about that. That nigga crying now. I'm happy and content with life, nigga. I have fun in life. Shit. This nigga on podcast crying, talking about if he would have had this, if he would have, which he didn't. And you can't change history. And Gil, you can't say that nigga about giving him room to cry on your podcast either. Me and Gil text back and forth about that. He talking about, you tried to change. I said, I ain't trying to change up nothing, nigga. I said, I told about a trade, and I told that people asked me, where did I wish I went? And I said, I wish I played with Jason Kidd, nigga. And it almost came to fruition, but they traded me to the Lakers. The damn near a similar situation where a dude shoot the ball in volume. I wanted to play with a pass-first point guard. Got with your dumb ass. You shot the ball every time, too. Everybody talk about my average. Everybody I play with shoot the ball every time. It's kind of hard to average when they shoot. But I still ain't up on podcasts crying and talking about spilled milk when I can have a better argument than Tracy. He didn't have MJ or nobody come back during his draft pick. He got molded to be the number one guy. He got to play the number one guy, and he just couldn't get out of the playoffs. I ain't seen Tracy in no second round, third round. I said, Gil, this would be a thing that you can say if he got close. If he got close and just couldn't get over the hump, it would make a little more sense. But being that this guy didn't even get close to a championship, come on, man, they gave the guy Yao freaking mean. He played with Dwight Howard. Like, what else does he want? So, no, this dude is just, he just make excuses. Just like he don't remember. Maybe he got amnesia. Because maybe he just don't remember that Tracy don't remember, just like he don't remember 11-3 to Kobe. He don't remember that. Oh, he wasn't keeping scope. Those same excuses that you made back then is the reason why you was just a great talent, you know. There's a lot of people with great talents. I went and changed my whole game up to stay in the league. I ain't used to be no motherfucking defensive specialist. I just didn't want nobody to score on me. But I used to bust your motherfucking ass. That's what I used to do on both ends of the court. But you just didn't get to see more of it in college, but it would have been more of the same. But I went in there and played with men and turned into a defensive guy because that's all you could be, playing with the guys I played with. Nigga, you better not shoot the ball and MJ don't touch it. But this dude up crying every podcast he go on, wanting to spark conversations about him. We ain't talking about you. It's time for old people to be old. Step aside and let's talk about other young players. There's a lot of young up-and-coming talent in the league that we don't even talk about because we keep having an MJ-Kobe debate. These sports shows are not even really good sports shows. The only thing they do every year is keep in rotation. Who's better, MJ, Kobe, or LeBron? MJ, Kobe, every single year. It's the same redundant stuff. That's why the talent in the league now, you don't know who they are. There's a lot of young players that's scoring 22, 25 points a game. We don't even know them because they're not highlighting it. Same shit every league, every year. He got hurt when he made the conference final. He gonna get hurt every time. Kobe gonna play hurt. That's the difference. You get paid to win. You don't get paid to score a bunch of points and then get to the playoffs and then you ain't available. That's when teams say, you know what? I mean, he a great talent. We'll pay him for the scoring and we'll pay him for all that, but he don't win. You get max money to win games. You don't get max money to just score. They tricking this new generation once you get max money. Look at the numbers though, look at the numbers. Now you got kids probably looking at stat sheets after their game in high school. Man, we had a coach that'll rip your head off. They taught me that shit. You don't look at no stat sheet, you lost. Unless the win column game, the win column gonna change, you don't look at no stat sheet. The only reason why you looking at a stat sheet is to see what you did. So you can say it ain't your fault. And there's a lot of immature people in the league that's how they maneuver. They win with the team, but they lose by themselves. You lose by yourself. In their mind, they don't never lose. When the team win, yeah, they win with you. But when the team lose, notice how it's everybody's fault but LeBron. I thought you win as a team, you lose as a team. But see, this superstar stuff is so fickle that now we got sports media that will absolve the superstar. See, look, he ain't do nothing. What else you want them to do? Why don't you flip it to the other end on defense? And I can show you a lot of things they could do. Maybe you could stop shooting so many of these bailout threes in the beginning, tiring out your damn big man that got to sprint 94 feet every time y'all shoot these long, dumbass threes. Yeah, I can show you the breakdown of why nobody got legs in the fourth quarter. It's these bailout threes that y'all shooting in the beginning of the game. Acting like y'all 20 when some of y'all got the oldest team in the league still shooting threes. Threes leads to fast break points. In today's game, they're leading to other threes because people are coming down shooting threes instead of getting to the cup. And I don't think these guys are in shape like they make out. These guys are coming to training camp, going through a whole preseason and going through a whole 2 months of the season before they get in shape. That's because you see most of your superstars partying with the damn rappers. Most of your superstars in the strip club more than they in the gym or on private yachts, partying like a mother trucker, taking your cell phone so you can't show the pictures. But it's taking these guys longer and longer to even give you decent basketball. That's why I respected Kobe so much. Hey, we do things different around here. We don't use the start of the season for guys to get in shape. We expect you, day one, you set your foot on this court, you in playoff basketball shape. Well, you can't be in playoff basketball shape, but you in regular season shape to play an NBA basketball game to win. He expects you to be like that day one of training camp. And in training camp, this is where you just put in the system. But you have half of the training camp, these coaches got to worry about getting guys injured because they come in out of shape. They come in still fucked up from the summer. How can you learn a new system out of shape? Your mental is going to be off because your body is not conditioned. Your mental is going to be slower to learn because your body is not in condition. And once you learn that, you come to training camp in shape. You come to that motherfucker like a lion already and you just fine tune it. Boy, look here, you have a way better experience because there's going to be some nicks. There's going to be some bruises. There's going to be some things you get in training camp. But if you come out of shape, you're going to get a real injury. You come out of shape. And that's what's wrong. These guys are out of shape. Slinging the ball around, these are bailout threes. This ain't no, I don't even think the league want them to play like this no more. But this is just bailout threes because they're out of shape. These guards don't run for layups. Go watch a tape of Kerry Kittles. That's a guy who ran for layups. That's a guy who will open up a floor. Why you think I wanted to go to New Jersey? I said, boy, these motherfuckers run. I said, boy, the whole paint will be wide open. They got guards that'll run wide, run underneath the rim, and run out on the other side. Somebody got to go with them. A big might have to take Kerry Kittles, and then, boy, if I'm sprinting right behind them, then I might be there for that whammer jammer. That's how you play basketball. It don't always do the things that lead to you in a point or you an assist. These guys play the game. The only way they give effort if they're going to get an accolade for it. If I'm going to get a point, then I'm going to go balls to the wall. If I'm going to get an assist out of this, then I'm going to go ball to the wall. But if I'm just doing this to help the team, I ain't finna do that. Boy, it took energy to run like Kerry Kittles. And guess what? He didn't always get the ball. That's too much energy to do it the right way. That's too much energy and effort to do it the right way. These guys are not in shape. They're supposed to be leaner. They're supposed to be thinner than what these are. You can't even tell if these basketball players are football players nowadays. Some of these centers look like offensive linemen. Some of these guards look like goddamn offensive linemen. They're not in shape. And I'm telling you when you're going to be able to see it. Watch how many injuries. And see, they're trying to save these so-called superstars, or we just saving their legs. Saving their legs for what? At some point, they're going to have to play basketball. The hell you mean saving their legs? You get your legs prepared. You don't get your legs prepared to play basketball by not playing basketball. I don't know who the hell told you that. You get your legs prepared for the game by playing the game. You got to get ready for this pounding. Pause. But we call it a pounding because your knees, your joints is going to take a pounding from playing on that hardwood floor. And the only thing, unfortunately, that's why it's a young man's game. The only thing that prepares you for that is that. So what the hell are you sitting these guys out for? What they're trying to do is hide the ugly truth. These guys are not in shape. When I was with the Wizards, MJ didn't sit out a preseason game. He might not play the whole preseason, but at 40, go rewind the tape. MJ was in Connecticut hooping. Because guess what? Saving them for what? My job is to perform. I have to be able to perform. These guys are out of shape. You're going to see it. You're going to see when the season starts at the end of October. So you're going to see November and then December. You're going to see in the first 2 months of the season how many guys get injured, how many hamstrings get pulled. It'll come back quick, but it go quick too. Okay? A lot of NBA players accumulate down there. They already live in Florida. They're in the NBA game, no. And then y'all see a polished product. These guys want to play in pro-ams and play in front of the cameras all the time, and they not getting dirty with it. Just running up and down. So when I played in the league, I ain't Kobe's because there was low cut. I don't like that the last Kobe's that I bought, they put this thick. They got to move for your body to work. Better defensive skills, they usually win every time. Because I'll take away the dribbles. Hey, look here. Yep. It just was a more fluid, smooth all. We got a lot of these kids, they've been groomed to be a star player since Little League, and now you can't tell them a damn thing by the time they get to high school. Some of these high school coaches, boy, they can't stand their best player on their team because their daddies taught them to be an arrogant little you-know-what. And my son is the best player on the team. Your son rotten just like you rotten. Your son talk too much just like you. Now shut up and learn something. That's what you got to tell some of these parents, but you can't tell them that when you work for the school. That's why I come in and just help out. Because I'm going to say what I want to say. You got to come in and just, I got to come in and be a special assistant. I get fired working for the school, what I got to tell your son. Yeah, what I got to tell your son in this new age, soft cream cutter world, what I got to tell your son to make him better, they going to fire me. But it's going to work. But they going to fire me though. So I got to be the special assistant so I can just not come someday. Miss Collins, I'm just telling the truth. They going to fire me with that. And he get his little ass choked out. And I'm like, God damn, what's up, being a serious player, man? I'm trying to tell you. I saw what that boy did to my son. That shit. You just don't want to see it. You just want to see the finished product. You know, you just want to see the finished product. His mama damn sure with it. His mama from Baltimore. His mama crazy. But she was fine then. She was fine though. I don't give a damn about crazy if you're fine. She man, fuck all that crazy. Bring your fine ass over here. You know, that's how I was back then, but I stay away from crazy now. KB doing the Oakland drill is crazy. Oh, man. He talking about, hell no, ain't worth it. Paul Brown, you ain't let your kid get shot by the helmet.
This wasn't about clout or headlines. This was about respect. Kobe's name means something, and Kwame made sure to remind everyone of that. That's the breakdown from Dream Basketball, where the game meets the culture. Was Kwame out of line for calling out T-Mac and Gilbert, or was he just saying what every real hooper already feels? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe, because this story's far from over.